Copies for us.
All right, well, welcome everybody to our Parks and Rec Committee meeting. I am Elisa Dixon. I am the council person over District 3, and just to give you a very quick idea of where that is, because it actually includes a lot of the Parks and Rec, it is basically from the river up to Florence Boulevard, from Indian Springs, a little bit north into that area of Indian Springs, all the way down to Royal Avenue, up to Brawley Stadium, and around back down Railroad. So that's my district. Not that it really matters, except for I know I have a lot of parks in my and buildings in my district, which is great. I love it. So I thought we're starting at, I don't even know what time it is, 1:02 on, what is the date? January 8th. 2026. So welcome everybody. I appreciate you being here and taking your time. I'm going to just suggest that we start going around the table saying who we are and kind of what we're over, so that everybody can be a little more familiar. And then I'm actually going to just turn the time over to Bill so he can kind of go through the things that are important and upcoming and things that we need to work on today and discuss. So we'll go there. Chapel, can we start with you?
Chapel King, District 6, City Council.
William.
I'm Sydney. I work in the mayor's office. I'm here on behalf of the council to take minutes, and the mayor.
Thank you.
And Bill.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for your work.
Yes.
She does a
William
great
Noel,
job.
Community Programs Coordinator.
Amy Edwards, Community Programs Manager.
Bill Jordan, Park and Rec Director.
David Dolan, Senior Athletic Supervisor at Sports Business.
I'm Keaton Hetrick. I'm the tennis coordinator at Veterans Park. My name's Holden Newton. I'm the pickleball coordinator at Veterans Memorial Park.
Derek Murphy, Manager of Golf Operations at Library Trail.
Randy Andrews is assistant.
Ron Tyler, Mayor. Thank you. Sorry, I'm late. Park Operations Manager, Safety Coordinator.
Lee Peden, Park Superintendent.
Thomas Spence, District 5, City Council.
Very good. Thank you. All right. With that, I don't think there's anything else. I'm going to turn it over to Bill, and he's going to just kind of take it from here and lead it. He put a nice, apparently he and Sydney put a nice binder together for
Sydney
us.
came into the rescue for this one. And see, you try to put these together, and I told David I already seen a typo. I have him as Senior Athletic Director.
So I want a copy of that.
He is Senior Athletic Supervisor.
All right.
So you find a mistake. Thank you. And let me say first, we've had the opportunity to meet a couple of times and meet with my team, and you've been very gracious, just really willing to learn. And so I thank you for that. Really do. Thank you for your kindness. And I'm going to brag on them. I could not be sitting here or doing anything. None of this would happen without this phenomenal team. And that's my true blessing, to come to work with these guys every day and girls. They're phenomenal. They work hard. They know their areas. And I think we're really privileged in Florence to have the facilities that we have in the area. So I will start off by saying that. And to say all that, I'm going to let them do most of the talking when they get through with theirs, because that's really kind of the changes that we're looking at doing. When they get through doing that, Lee and I will kind of go over, some of the areas that we cover, which is a huge area, and all the things. And that's why I wanted to give you a packet. If we don't make it through the very end, I put you something in there that shows all our facilities and all that, some of the ages and stuff. So if I don't get to it, you can take it with you and read it. Anything else? Is that good?
That's great.
Okay, so we may shift this around. William went and made some copies of something I left out. So I'm gonna let Eric and David, and let me say this, these guys and ladies have worked really hard at, this didn't just happen. They just didn't say, hey, we need to make a change. They researched, they looked at other communities, made phone calls to other communities, and have really done their due diligence in this. It just didn't happen overnight. So I'm sure y'all have questions, but I did want to say that before we get started. So the first thing I put in there is, I thought, and I don't have it in mind, but it's a recap of last year's Blackberry Trail, just before they get into their rates. It's how many rounds, the amount of money that we made. So I just wanted y'all to see that before they talked about, the rate change and all that. So I won't spend much time on it, but it's very impressive. Can I borrow yours with the number around? I just wanted to point out, the number of rounds that were played, which is really, was 40,098. I just thought that was great and just shows how well that golf course is maintained and, the value that they have. So actually it was 40,747 when we were up from the last year, so we're up. That's
It ended up
Huh?
it ended up being north of 41,000.
It did?
Yeah.
Good.
Once we got to the actual end of the year.
Wonderful. That's
Bill, do
great.
you mind if I add context
No,
to that?
I was gonna
That's an
mention.
insane number of rounds, I'll be honest with you. The RTJ courses, both of them are about 20,000 a year, and Turtle Point's at 6,500. It's an unbelievable amount for the course to be in the shape that it's in. I had no idea. I had 24,000. I didn't know it was that much. 24,000 would have been high. 40,000 is crazy. I had no idea doing that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's overplayed. I'll be honest with you. It's too many for a course.
It is.
Y'all may not say.
It is, it's a good problem to have.
It is. a good
Very
problem.
good problem.
That's
I just kind of wanted to put that in context, and thank you for sharing that, Mayor. I knew we had discussed some of that yesterday. I was going to bring that up, so thank you. But no, I'm glad. No, you knew the numbers. I didn't know the numbers. And some of the, some of the things that we did last year, they have really taken ownership. David's done a phenomenal job. Eric's done a phenomenal job of just taking ownership of the course. And I will say our course, municipal, I'd put it up against any municipal course in the state. I really, really would. I don't say that lightly. I really do. So for that, I'll let y'all hear David, who wants to start out.
You want to lead in? If you want to. The reason we started talking about this about 2 years ago, and we're so much cheaper than everybody else. Cypress is $55, $56. That's our nearest competitor. What we compare to, Trent Jones is way higher than us, and we're just not in the ballpark of competitive price with those guys. Now, yes, we get a lot of play because of that, because we're $45. And we have guys that come from out of town, say this is a $120 course where I come from, things like that. So we're just wanting to we don't want to be more expensive than them. We do want to be the cheaper guy on the block, because the reason this course was built was so a normal guy could go play around the golf on a good golf course. You did not want to price out anybody. You wanted to give the basic guy a chance to go play golf on a nice golf course, and that was the reason this thing was built. And we got pretty good knowledge of that because we were around when it was built. So that's the reason as far as that part goes. We just need to go up and get closer because we're very close. We want to get it to zero as far as making money, not making money. We want to be zero, and then if we're zero, then everybody that comes in and plays with us spends money. We make money elsewhere because we got them out moving. So that's kind of where we are on that. All right, Eric, I'll let you take over.
And I'll just add on to that.
Please.
I'm sure y'all may or may not have seen it. Those videos that went around talking about the budget. It's been a hot topic. And they mentioned the golf course is doing well. We are doing well. Last year, unfortunately, we're budgeted at a deficit. Just a little bit. 3 years ago, it was a $500,000 deficit. Last year was like a $160,000 deficit. Like David was saying, our goal is to break even. That's what we want to do. That way, when we come to y'all with something, we're like, hey, we want to do this. Y'all can look at it and say, okay, these guys are even. They're not costing us money and then asking for more money on top of it. That's ultimately our goal, is to provide the best we can and break even. That's what we're looking to do with our proposal.
You want to go over just kind of, one of y'all want to walk down kind of where we're going and where we were?
Yeah, I can. Like you mentioned a while ago, kind of opportunity is what you look for when you go to do things. Cypress Lakes, like you said, is our nearest competitor, kind of who we compare ourselves to a little bit, but a lot of people in the area do. Is it October 24? They were at $45, same as we were for just a regular adult to play 18 holes with a cart. They went to 55 during the week, 60 on the weekend. We're looking to go 50 all the time. A lot of courses do an increased rate on the weekend, supply and demand, I understand. That's, when I started, Joel Gafford was at Blackberry Trail. He's long gone now from City of Florence, but he put it to me this way, and it's always stuck with me. The reason I don't want to do that is because you're a guy that works 5 days a week, or a lady that works 5 days a week. They get 2 days to play golf.
Sure.
Why are you going to stick it to them on those 2 days? If it's worth $50 on Saturday, it's worth $50 on Tuesday. It's kind of the reason we're not doing that. But like I said, they made that substantial jump in theirs, so it was a good opportunity, especially looking at us trying to break even, to move up a little bit, but not as much as they did. So that way we're still competitive, extremely competitive in the pricing standpoint, but also get us closer to breaking even on that side.
And you can see they kind of did it in a tier approach. They started off with, if you look, kind of, the thing is 18 holes with a cart, which is the normal. This year, in 26, 50, and then 27, 53, and 28, 56. So sort of a tiered approach if you look at the 18 holes with cart.
And that's because we don't want to be sitting here next year asking you for $3 more, and then the next year asking you for $3 more to go up here. That way we can just do 3 years, and we don't have to come back to you until the year after that, or maybe we're breaking even or making money at that point. Yeah.
Hold us off till we can reconvene after y'all get reelected next time. We'll get you through this.
That's how it gets through this time. That's right. It will.
Did y'all do any comparison studies or anything? I'm just curious.
I think Eric did with, like he was saying, with Cypress. That,
Joe Wheeler right now is $45 on the weekend. I think they're $42 for an adult. I'm not going to speak negative about them, but we would still be in the ballpark for quality versus price, I would think, at the new rate.
And I will kind of answer that by saying, when I was researching the pickleball tennis fees, if you look at a southeast, the prices are so fluctuating. I mean, some of them are, like, for this would be $100, and then some, like Decatur or something, maybe. So it's really difficult to get a really, when you're a municipality, you're trying to keep it where people can afford it, can play it. Same way with any of this. So there's kind of a line that you have to kind of balance in there. So there's really a hard area. It's a hard area to compare things apples to apples. Auburn's probably our closest comparison, I would say. So, but you have to look at their Auburn University. But as far as Park and Rec, that's kind of that structure. Say that's fair?
Yes.
How long have we been $45? Right.
I just went blank. I got it, Will.
What did you just say?
How long have we been $45? I think it's been a while. We haven't had an increase in a while. And everybody's expecting to get out the golf course. They keep asking us about it.
Y'all told them.
Yeah, everybody knows. It's coming.
Well, since the day that Cypress went up on their rates, I think it's October 1st, 2024, every single person that walks in the door,
Yeah.
for the most part, if they don't ask every time, they've asked, when are y'all going up? Like, we know you're going up, when are you going up? That's another kind of hint that it's, I mean, if people are expecting it, if you're not surprising them, nobody's going to want to spend extra money, obviously, but when they're expecting it, it softens the blow a little bit.
Well, do we have a motion?
I make a motion to go with proposed rates for 26.
I'll second.
All right.
Thank you.
Motion by
You should move it to the full council.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so you get, yeah.
full council.
It's a motion to move it to the full
Yes,
council.
motion to move it to full council. Motion by Thomas Spence and second by Shepherd King.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
There's some other material in there you'll see about some different structures and how you can do memberships, and the way that Eric runs a tournament, and some of our golf carts. We rent our golf carts. So if you've got any questions about some of that, please feel free to ask me anytime, or you can, just let me know, because I'll get them to answer it, because most of the time I have to get them. Thank y'all, guys.
Come out, ride the course.
Just what I'm handing
I need to
out.
come out, ride the course.
all
Especially in
days. of the week.
springtime. That's nice.
Yep.
I played, I'm the D-man.
Oh, yeah.
As much as hard as I work, see, I left something out.
I've already got one.
Is this your updated one?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
We just put hers up there.
All right, you can take one and pass.
So William and I work really close together at the Coliseum. He does all the rentals at the Coliseum, so he works with these numbers on a day-to-day basis and sees all of this before him all the time. So I'm gonna let him speak on that.
So we are asking to look at our rental rates and adjust them to better align with the current market conditions and operational costs and the value that's provided by the Coliseum. Right now, our rates for the nonprofits and school-affiliated organizations are $400 a day, and for each additional day up to 7 days, it's $200 a day with a $400 refundable damage deposit. So we are asking that we can increase the rate for school-affiliated organizations to $600 a day for the initial day and $300 for each additional day, and no change in the damage deposit. And for the nonprofit organizations that can provide a 501c3 letter of authorization, we're asking to go to $800 a day for the initial day and $400 for each additional day, and no change in the damage deposit. Looking across the board, on the second page, there's comparisons to other organizations throughout the city with accurate numbers and compared to the
Explain the organization. It's other
other rental facilities.
facilities,
All of
not
these
within
are-
not within the city, but
These are all facilities that rent and provide the same services that we do at a much higher rate. And to justify, we rent 17-hour period, from 7 o'clock in the morning to midnight. You have the facility till for $400, whereas a lot of these organizations are limited to 5 to 6 hours, and yet the price is very different. Our space is a lot bigger than a lot of the organizations that we're comparing to. We don't upcharge for setup or attendance restrictions, and there's no fluctuation in price depending on the day, the time that you decide to rent the facility. And then considering that we've had substantial improvements across the board at the Coliseum with new floors, roof, curtains, and landscape, we think that this would be a great adjustment. So if you look on the analysis, you got 4 different organizations, and we will still be 40 to 85% lower compared to those competitors. So that's kind of what we're going for. 61% of our 2026 renters have rented with us for 2 or more consecutive years. So we have a pretty good loyal
fan
base
base.
there.
And our schools consist of Russellville, Muscle Shoals, and then Lauderdale County schools that rate would affect. They're renting us for the proms, is what they're doing, which are extensive setups. It's a lot of wear and tear on our building, which we want to continue that relationship. It's great. We want to work with them, and that's the reason we want to keep their rate as reasonable as we can. But
How many nonprofits use the Coliseum?
quite a few.
You have a breakdown of numbers from 25?
I can
We
get that to
do.
you. I didn't bring my.
Yeah, we don't have it, but we do. Our typical normal rental rate is $1,200. So they're getting a significant decrease by, being a school, or by at least going from 400 to 600 with a school. It's half. I mean, at least it's half of a normal rental.
Because didn't y'all have Muscle Shoals prom here?
We do.
There you go.
They get the same price. I mean, there's.
Lawrence, Alabama.
So
And
that-
taking into consideration that a lot of the proms and lead outs are ticketed, so
Yeah.
schools are charging students to attend these events, so.
That's high for a nonprofit, but that may be what other places are.
Most people don't break out a nonprofit rental rate. I think we're doing a great service by giving a nonprofit rental rate, because most people, if you go rent their space, it honestly, it costs us the same amount of money to host a nonprofit as it does to host a profit.
Right.
So this is like a NACOG when they do senior day and all that stuff, right?
So
Who are some
NACOG
of
is
the
a
ones?
partnership We work with them, you know, with the food program, and we do a lot of things, so
True.
they usually are non-paying
Yeah, I understand.
deal with the partnership, but most are not. We have very few of those.
And so rates are not your regular rental rates are not changing, just these ones,
Just
is that
these
correct?
are all that we're asking for.
Okay, all right.
To me, when you, I mean, the 40%, you know, increase in revenue, but when you look at the breakdown of cost per hour, $35 and $47 an hour,
Yeah.
that's not,
To run a space, I mean,
that's not real much at all. That's a great number right there.
And
That's,
how many staff do you usually have?
For an event,
For an
one per event.
One person?
Yes.
Do you ever need more than that?
if the event is large and if there's alcohol involved and that kind of thing, there are police officers that are at those events, that work those events. But,
And does that come out of what you charge
no,
them, or they
that
pay
could,
extra?
they have to pay that.
They pay extra.
They have to pay that.
And what about, how many would you say are out of the area that come and rent that? Would you say, is it?
We've got quite.
We would have
get
to
a lot
break
from
that down. We
Crawford
do,
County.
we have, some from, well, that's Lauderdale County. I was gonna say the card show, but we also have the pet show. We
Yeah,
have
there's
a
a few
few, there's a few, there's a few.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That bring people from out of the area in.
If I can ask this, when you bring this to the council, or if it's moved forward, you know, I think maybe some good breakdowns. like
Sure.
Those numbers.
Sure.
I think that would be great.
We would be glad to do that. How many nonprofit rentals is what you were asking
Yeah.
for?
And
Sure,
maybe
we can
let's
do
look
that.
at, let's
Napa
be,
area.
let's be transparent about it and see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
And
that's-
out of
Out of
area,
area.
out of
That's where we are.
area.
Area.
We-
I'd like to know, you know, what's
Absolutely.
going on there that's bringing people into the city, so.
That is always good.
Yeah, yeah.
To know.
I didn't even know, honestly, if you did a lot of this. I mean, this is, I mean, I didn't know that
Yeah,
people
you know, a lot
really
of our-
rented it for proms and, but you think that is probably one of the biggest events centers
Right.
that we have in the Shoals, period.
And right now, we have about 45 events on the books right now, and that's still going. I met with someone earlier today, so.
We're 26.
For
Yes.
2026, yes.
Let's share that.
How many events did we have last year? You know,
Jeez.
like another number you could.
It was close to 58, was it
I can find
50?
it. It was
Well, it was
close
close
So
to
you're
58, but we
already
need to
almost
be,
there.
we're getting there, we're getting close.
And we take 3 months from them for basketball.
Yeah, so we don't even rent 3 months out of the year.
December, January,
I mean,
February, we're playing
So
basketball.
we're doing these during,
Wow.
during March to October.
Well, and I'm gonna be honest, I mean, even putting that on the Facebook page, this information, once, you know, we get it where it needs to be, let people know that they can rent this if it's available. That may help bring in a few more people that wanna
Sure.
think advertising it.
Yeah,
because
advertising
I-
what's available
I
and
didn't
the
know.
setup
Yeah.
and, you know, all the things. That'd be really great.
and a lot of people will bring in, you know, that rent their own rental people to bring chairs, but if they don't, you know, you talked about how many people work it, well, that doesn't include the pre-work and then
Or the
cleanup.
breakdown work, or the cleanup.
The
We
cleanup
provide
is-
the cleanup. Cleanup can be
Cleanup is,
unbelievable.
Like
I
with
mean,
Kiwanis, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
With syrup.
Kiwanis, just really anything.
Weddings, we have
Weddings.
weddings, we
Oh,
have,
wow.
Quinceañeras.
yes, we
Oh,
have, large cleanups sometimes.
Wow.
Weddings,
Very
wow.
good.
Large setups. I mean, when you're pulling out, you know, when you're setting tables and chairs up for 600-700 people, you're talking a lot of tables and chairs.
And it's a lot of work. Yeah.
So we have a full-time and a part-time maintenance guy that helps us with that. And then William and I help too. We do tables and chairs also.
Sure do. Thank y'all.
Here's City of Jasper's Exhibition Center, for example. It's a $300 deposit, $750 business day. If it's an all-day event, it's $1,100 with a $500 deposit. It's Jasper's Exhibition Hall. Don't know how big that is or anything about that, but I would say we're comparable, and they're at $1,100.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No? We'll have a motion to move this to the full council.
I'll make a motion.
All right.
Second.
Motion by Chet Applekey and second by Melissa. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
So our other request is to also increase our rental rates on our recreation centers. So all of our rec centers have social rooms, and they rent for $20 an hour. We have compared those to our local area. On your next page there, you can see what Tuscumbia, Muscle Shoals, Sheffield, Russellville, Florence, what we're renting for. We have two options for those. One, we would like to go up to, our first option would be $30 an hour. We would really like to go to $40 an hour, but we realize that is a 50% increase. But if you'll look at the numbers on the other page, $40 an hour would be well in line for what we're asking to do. If that's not something that everybody feels comfortable with, we would ask to go to 30 an hour. So there's an option there. However, everybody feels comfortable raising that rate. We are 100% for. I guess some of our, currently we're 33% less than Tuscumbia, 40% less than Muscle Shoals, and 60% less than Sheffield. So our rooms are, all of them are a larger capacity than the rooms we checked in the area. Our rooms hold more people. They hold 60 to 100 people in every one of our rooms that we're discussing here. Most of the ones that we compared to in the area are 30 to 70 people. Our hours are 14 hours a day available on Saturdays. And then on Sundays, it's a little less of a window. We don't open those rentals up until like 1 o'clock. And it's a 3-hour minimum. But we have more extended hours than everybody else too available for rentals. And then our rec centers, we also offer a kitchen that a lot of these rooms do not offer. We have a kitchen off of every one of them. And those costs of a kitchen are increasing this year, I think we're replacing a stove at Broadway. So, I mean, those are expenses that we face that has to come out of these rental costs. Our cleaning supplies, janitorial supplies are continually going up because we're renting more than we have been in the past. So, and then our staff cost is $14 an hour. We pay somebody to be there, and we're making $20 an hour, and we pay somebody $14 an hour to be there. So we're just asking to get that a little more in line with where everybody else is. And so we would ask for 40 an hour, but if everybody doesn't feel comfortable with that, we would be thrilled to get $30.
Can I throw something out? Maybe could we, like we did with the golf, maybe tier it, go 30, and then the next year go 40, or in 2 years go 40, or kind of like we did. I'm just throwing that option out. That's something y'all want to consider, but if not.
The third page there too, that you've got the current $20 an hour rentals. It breaks it out to the monthly, what we're currently operating at. Is that right, William?
Yes.
Is that what I'm saying? Okay. And, yeah, it's a 50% adjustment. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you do that because you prepared the chart there. I'm gonna let you read that.
Yeah, so
Explain
depending on
that.
which option we decide to go with, there will be significant increases with what we'll be
Each.
bringing in. And the financial impact will show with an average of 10 weekends, rentals per month across 3 facilities, this is kind of the revenue that we'll be generating and how it'll increase across the board. And this is just an example. And this does not also take into consideration weekday rentals. This is just weekend rentals. So that number can increase significantly as well.
Thank you. It's a good number.
And another thing to consider is that consumable items that we've used at the Coliseum has increased by 8% from January 2025 to January 2026. So we're seeing price increases across the board.
And some of that, is because we're renting more than we have in the past. But
Any pre-booking on this already?
yeah, those don't typically book out like the Coliseum. The Coliseum you can book a year in advance. Those facilities, they book maybe 3 months in advance, 2 months. It's just as people, they decide they're going to have their child's birthday party at a rec center, and they don't think about that a year in advance. Typically, those are the type rentals that are going on there. Family reunions, that kind of things. We have some repeat customers, you know, that we have on those rec centers too, so.
I think that would be a good breakdown too for 25.
How many
You know,
rentals we have already
Something like
booked?
that too, you know,
For last year.
yeah.
For 25, yeah, how many rentals we booked in 2025?
And I will tell you, I know, does every kitchen have a hood? I know Handy does.
The
Coliseum,
Coliseum, I mean, not the Coliseum, but Royal does, and Broadway, I don't believe. You think they do? You think they do?
those are, kitchens in itself are very costly just because of the fire you have to have. And so, you know, things have just increased, everything. But kitchens are really expensive to maintain.
Another thing that we offer that a lot of places don't offer is ice. You know, we have ice machines in all of those, and those are serviced too. So, you know, there's a cost associated with that. But
I don't mind the idea of doing a tier also to get us up to that 40 where we break it down somewhere. So,
we also don't offer. We also a lot of these places too will ask for a deposit. I know Reservoir ask for a $400 deposit to rent their room.
Cleaning department.
Or cleaning deposit, yeah, cleaning fees. A lot of them have cleaning fees to rent their rooms. We don't have any of that in place. We don't charge for any of that. So if there's damage on the, you know, building, then we're either having to figure out how to fix that with what we've got, or going back to them and asking. There's not like any deposit to withhold, you know.
what do you guys think about doing the tier? Do
I'm
you
good
think
with
it's
that.
too
I'm good with
much?
going, I think,
Straight
for
there?
Straight there.
40%, $40
Looking-
an hour?
Yeah. I
So
mean,
I
when
think
you
we're in
compare
line.
it to look at other places,
I mean, y'all
I
done
mean,
it
So
all
those
for it, so.
20,
I mean, it's still pretty cheap.
And I will tell you, I'm not sure when these last rates have been changed, but for example, a couple of years ago, to rent McFarland for a day was $25.
Oh, wow.
a pavilion.
No,
The
the whole beach area, $25.
Wish
We-
I'd done that.
We had a wedding, it took 4 days, they paid $100.
Oh, wow.
And had a wedding on the beachfront, so.
They
some-
put tents there?
Oh, it was huge for $100.
Oh, yeah.
So some of these rates that's why we're having to make an increase, because they hadn't been changed. So that's something that, I just wanted to throw that out there too.
How do you feel, Thomas?
I'm good with it.
What are you good with?
Going forward.
Going forward with the 40 rather than tiering it?
You decide. You'll be the tiebreaker.
Who's saying tier? You're saying tier, you're saying other. Move forward, I say move
No,
forward.
I'm fine moving forward too, if we don't feel like, I mean, I just wanna consider the people that rent them. You know, I don't wanna cause a hardship for somebody who would have
Yeah.
normally rented it. But with the costs involved and what it covers, and when you look at this, I absolutely see that we really, it is, I mean, Sheffield's 50.
$40
There,
is just not that
$40
much.
is
I mean,
not
that
much.
is,
And if you look at the ones that are lower than the 40, the 20, there's Tuscumbia Art Raymond Muscle shows, they're only holding 30 to 45 people. I
Right.
mean, all of ours will hold 60 to 100.
right.
Good point.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, okay.
I got some other
Yes.
comparison data if you want
Yes,
to hear.
please.
Random. Pelham, Alabama. It's a gymnasium. Some of ours are gymnasiums, basically. Broadway's a gym, right?
Broadway, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Pelham, Alabama, $140 an hour is what it is. Oxford, Alabama, if you want a room of 50 is $50. If you want a room for 65 is $75, and they have a room for 100 that's $100. All of those are in excess of this. Athens, Alabama is 75 per hour for theirs, and City of Chelsea. Maybe I've been through Chelsea, I'm not real sure. For 1 hour is, for a gym, it's essentially what it is, $150 an hour is what it is for both of their two gyms. Well, 150, pardon me, is for half of the gym. If you want the full gym, it obviously is more than that. So, I mean, it's still well under what a random sampling across the state is.
Yeah.
I think it's
40 is
still
not-
pretty
Thank you.
competitive, yeah.
And we try to take in consideration the jump, that, you know, and all those things that you're concerned with. But, you know, $40 is not, if you want to have a party. And I will say, these facilities, except for Handy, who we just renovated, they're all so very well maintained. I had birthday parties
They're super clean.
at Broadway.
I
and
agree.
they do a great job cleaning. We have some great maintenance guys, so it's a very well maintained, nice facility.
Now, I will ask this, I hope that you won't charge the people who have already booked.
No, we would honor those.
Okay.
No, you're
Great
right,
question.
yes.
Great
The
question.
full park in Pelham is $2,500 a day in Pelham if you want the whole park. We're at $25 a day. They're $2,500 a day on their website.
Wow.
Wow.
We're a little shorter.
We went up, that was where it was, and then we're 250, we went up on that, so.
$250?
Well, see how big of a jump but you're getting the most beautiful place in Florence, really, right there on the
For
corner.
$250?
She said it's cheap.
Oh,
She's surprised.
Yeah.
That
but we went from 25.
Yeah, that's a
So,
big jump,
A big
but
I mean, if you're
that's
having
still a good price for what you get.
100%. And it's $250, I think, for a public event, and then there's a reduced rate for, if you just want to have just a smaller event. But
Under 100 people.
yeah, 250 is, yes, for that place is great.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do a motion to move this to the full council.
That's what we're looking at.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Chapel, King.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Second too.
I can second.
Yeah.
Second?
First or second, or however you want to do it.
I don't get to just leave them in. Reading it later. Okay. All right, we are moving on. All right, we're gonna say,
I could go back to, it's Broadway, Andy, and what's the?
Royal.
Royal.
We also have the fairground that we do some rentals on, there.
we should play Chapel.
Kitchen there too?
Yes, there is a
Yes.
kitchen there too.
Got y'all, we're back there.
You're saving the best for last.
Okay. Very good, thank you.
Thank y'all so
For
much.
all your research on that.
They did.
and-
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
He's always a step ahead.
Yes, I love it. Now we'll turn it over to Keaton and Holden, and let me just say on them, they have, they jumped in what, 2 weeks, how long before we opened, Joe?
10 days.
10 days before that we opened, they started, and they have done a phenomenal job. They have really, they've worked with David and them at the Sportsplex, so we've seen how good they work, and they have really taken ownership and done a great job. Really proud of them.
So, basically, since this is a brand new facility, all of these numbers, there's not much history to them. We're kind of starting anew. So I'll kind of just go through on the Veterans Memorial Park Tennis and Pickleball Facility pricing structure, which is, there's two, y'all have 2 pages. One of them is a sponsorship agreement and one is the pricing structure. So basically this facility, we wanted it to be open for everybody. So we have walk-up play, is completely free. We do a first come, first serve, and within the tennis and pickleball community, they kind of have an unwritten rule where if courts are full, you rotate in and rotate out, just to get everybody some playing experience. So that's what we decided to go with on the free approach. For reservations, we had the reservations are made 2 hours prior to the reservation time. Reason we went with 2 hours prior is because if you reserve a court, you are guaranteeing you're going to have that court at that time on that date. So we didn't necessarily want people coming in, seeing that all the courts are full, and then saying, okay, well, I'm going to go in and reserve now, and then kicking people off. So we went with that. They cannot be canceled 2 hours. They can be canceled anytime up to 2 hours before the reservation without being flagged. That keeps the same kind of instance. If they reserved it beforehand and then saw all the courts were open, then we didn't want them canceling that reservation. So they can cancel within that 2 hour window, but they will be flagged, and if they get a certain amount of flags, then they'll be unable to reserve for an extended amount of time. Their reservation fee is $10 per hour. So And that same reservation fee is for clay courts. It's $10 an hour, but there's no walk-up play that is free on clay courts. You have to pay to play on those. We had them closed from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. so our maintenance crew at Vegetable Memorial Park can drag them, rake them, and sweep the lines.
You want to talk a little bit, put you on the spot, but I know you know about the reservation system a little bit? And
A court reserve?
Yeah, court reserve.
Yeah, so our software that basically helps run our whole entire facility is called Court Reserve. You can go in there. We have it put on the city's website, and we have widgets attached to it, so you can click a reserve court widget on the Parks and Rec website. It takes you straight to that website, and you can pick what time, what day, up into 2 weeks in advance. The reason we did 2 weeks in advance is so if people want to reserve a tournament, we will at least know 2 weeks beforehand if somebody wants a tournament that day, and we don't have to tell somebody, hey, your reservation is invalid now because there is a tournament. But they can go up to 2 weeks in advance. They can pay on that screen, and then it's automatically in there, and we use Court Reserve basically as the new permit. So if somebody comes up saying, hey, we had these courts, then they have that permit to prove that they did pay for these courts, and it's been approved by the city that those courts are designated for them for the hour or 2 hour, however long they had it for. But also Court Reserve is going to be used to deal with all the pro shop items that whenever we do outfit our pro shop, we'll be able to check people out straight through there. So it's kind of a one-stop shop software system that helps run the whole entire facility. And that's both for tennis and pickleball. They'll both have that system.
Thank you. So in researching that, I researched that before we got open, and that particular system is what we found is the best for pickleball and tennis when you combine them both. So, and they've been tremendously helpful with keeping it whole too. So,
And yeah, of course. And I've actually spoken with people at the tournament that was on the 13th and 14th that we spoke about in the council meeting. One of the guys that has taken over he's over Dothan's tennis facility, but they are actually building a pickleball facility. And he was jealous that we had Court Reserve because he wanted Court Reserve, but Dothan didn't want to invest that much into their facilities, so they went with, I guess, a cheaper option. I'm not sure. I don't want to.
What is it Auburn uses? Something rec
time or
My Rec.
maybe My Rec.
My
Yeah. They're using that, and he told us we're pretty fortunate to be able to have Court Reserve, just because he's had some struggles with My Rec. But
I think. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think Court Reserve is much more seamless for the user as opposed to what Auburn and what Dothan uses. We were showing it to Rachel and Harrison. We were trying to get it added to the website, and they were like, "This is awesome." It's just, it is perfect. Honestly, it's better than we hoped for.
Very user friendly.
So it's $10 to play.
To reserve.
To reserve.
Unless it's on the Rubico courts, the soft courts, which that's
So there's
standard.
no cost to play.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Except on the clay court.
Except on clay.
Clay
Yes.
courts, they're.
Just because clay requires maintenance.
Yeah.
Our maintenance guys are out there. After bad weather, they have to go out there every time and sweep the courts again. Every morning they're out there blowing leaves off of them. So just because it has that maintenance factor to it, that's why we decided that. And it's standard across all of clay courts. You're going to pay. At Cypress, they do $5 a person. We decided to go with just a straight hourly rate, and that was mainly to minimize any issues we might have with somebody paying and then having a group of friends come and they didn't pay. And so we wouldn't have to go out there, hey, you have to pay $5. So one person could rent the whole court out. And then it kind of just, I feel like it got rid of some confrontation that we might have with our part-timers having to go out there and talk to people. So we decided to just go with the whole court instead of per person.
Great
I
idea.
like that.
Is there any questions on?
We just talk about, I call them clay courts because I Rubico, but these courts, not only just the general day-to-day maintenance, but they have an underground system that keeps them moist, and it's really an underground plumbing system, if you will, that has pumps, and so there's a lot of maintenance to those. So that's why there is just a little bit of cost to those. And Mark and Lee can attest to, we've already had to do some work on some that froze up, so there is a good bit of maintenance for them. But they're, you know, I think it's something that the public certainly will have enjoyed to have.
Oh yeah, we're seeing it already. I mean, it's better on your joints. It's softer court, so it's slower play with the ball. The senior community loves it.
Very good job. And we're the only ones, I think, in Lauderdale. Anybody else in Lauderdale County have? I know Cypress has them. Yeah.
I mean, we used to have them at the courthouse racket
Yes,
club.
that's right.
But no, they're so glad to have them back.
So anyway, I just thought that out there about the maintenance.
All right, so moving on to our membership pricing. It's right now we're wanting to propose just one membership, which would be for tennis, hard and soft courts, so hard and clay, and then also pickleball. So the member, and in here it says this is the only membership accessible to the general public. We'll kind of get into what we have. It's on the next page. But this is basically what we're going to promote. We'll have out there for the public to see that they can sign up for this. So an individual membership, which will be 55 from 19 to 55 or 54, excuse me, will be $300. It's a yearly fee. Family membership, which will be up to 4 people on that family, will be $400. Our senior fee, which is 55 and up, is going to be $250. And then our 18 and under is $150.
Okay, what do you do when you have a family with more than 4? If that would be me, I have double.
So, I guess we really, and then that's definitely came up. It also, another question that came up was, how do you determine what's family? Like, I mean, because not everybody has the same last name and the same family. I mean, are we going to go through asking for IDs? Exactly, extended family. So, I think it's something that we need to kind of dig deeper on to see if there's maybe for 4 it'll be $400, and if for each one after that maybe just an extra $25 or extra $50. That could be something that we looked into.
Great question.
It is a good question.
What would you?
That happens all the time.
So what would
We
you
go to
say?
things.
I mean, what would, you know, just
I think it makes sense to say, you know, each additional person, X amount of dollars, whether it's 25, 40, what.
But are y'all seeing that?
We now we haven't offered these memberships yet, so we haven't had anybody come up. Mainly, the main question is there going to be a senior discount? A lot of the tennis community is seniors, so they're really pushing for that one. But no, with families, there has been groups of families come out there, and they, there was a mom and mom and father, and had 2 kids. They traveled from out of town, and they came out there. But usually it's 1, 2, or 3, or maybe up to 4. But really, a big group coming out there on the clay courts really isn't. I mean, they're usually just out there on the hard court, so we haven't had to deal with somebody paying.
So these memberships is just to use the clay court?
Well, it's also for reservation. So once you have a membership, you're able to reserve 1 court per day, every day of the week, with a max of 4 hours. Now, something that me and Keaton were talking about, the whole max of 4 hours, that is kind of something where if courts are packed out, we ask that if you reserve the court, you stick with your 4 hours, and then you let somebody else get on there. Now, if a lot of times you don't see people playing for 4 hours straight, it's normally a 2 going into 3 hours. But we're not going to kick anybody off if they're having fun on our facility and it's not packed. So the 4 hours, we are doing a little bit of leeway with that. But yes, is there any more questions?
I guess we just need a little clarification on that, as far as, you know, how you're gonna do more than 4 people, and like you brought up, what's considered family.
Exactly.
A lot of people are, you know, immediate household, and then how do you verify that? Like you're taking names of these are the people, like, I guess just a little bit more clarification on that.
just go ahead?
I'm curious, was this proposed, anything like this with the previous council?
No, sir.
Why did we not do that?
We just didn't. We weren't to that point.
Okay.
You know, with them just getting on to. I've been obviously researching for for a long time, but without somebody to bounce ideas off of, and so they just didn't have time to do it, and it took them a while to do all the research, so that was the reason.
And a lot of our research, there's another sheet that y'all can see right here. This has all the local pricing structures. Decatur or Point Mallard is the most similar to ours. We went up there and went over there and visited, checked out their facility, asked how they do all their pricing, and they have a great facility. I would say that, I mean, ours is definitely newer, but so you can see in their pricing for an individual, they have 200, we have 300, and then for their family, they have 350, and we went up to 400 on that. So for it being the most similar, since ours being newer, that's why we felt the need that we could go up on the pricing. And you can kind of compare it to the other ones around there. Ours is cheaper than if you say Huntsville. I guess ours is cheaper than Huntsville.
How many are you gonna make in the family? Like, is it gonna be
I
4?
was actually going to ask that. I was thinking 4 would be
That's
the
what I'm
most.
thinking.
I mean, my family's a 4. Keaton's a family of 4.
See, I'm a 5.
Exactly.
And we have that one odd, you know.
Yeah. I would say 4, but I mean, I feel like that could be up for discussion. Would y'all say 4 is?
Yeah.
I would say
And
that's-
I think everywhere I've gone, we've, come
Yeah.
into this issue, and it's our
Yeah.
family personally, I mean, and it's usually always based off of 4, so I think that's pretty.
That's what we do at the golf course there. Our family pass is 4. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, I like that.
Yeah, spouse and then 2 children in the same household is the way we worded.
And doing my research as we're sitting here, the low end of an extra person is 50 to 100. So I think that falls in line if you say 40, 50. So, and then I looked at some areas, Cypress Lakes, didn't show that they have one, but that's kind of what I was thinking, 25 to 50. So, wherever y'all want to fall in there.
How many people do you think you're gonna have to, that you're gonna get signed up
Yeah,
for
that want
this?
Is there
The
any
membership.
yet?
Oh yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There have been multiple people come up and asking when we're going to have these if we're going to have memberships and when they're going to be set, and we've kind of just been like, we're working on it. Just bear with us, and as soon as we find something out, we'll let you know and we'll get you signed up.
Eric, you want to answer that question about memberships?
Yeah.
We got a waiting list for
Potentially have
memberships.
as many as you want.
Yeah.
So
Which, I mean, I don't play tennis, but I want to assume, basically, we had an employee that worked at the golf course for a long time, but I'm pretty sure his group is mentioned, and you're the guy that took over for his group
Phil
anyway.
Grimes. Yeah. Phil, yeah.
Well, no, Troy.
Troy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the people that play tennis. So like, if they're gonna reserve or have to pay $10 to get a clay court every time, they're gonna play 4 times a week, like all so that's $40. Which if you split it with 4 people, so you're $10 a week, that's $540 right there. So and like you said, a lot of the guys and ladies are seniors, so that $250, I mean they're getting half price because they're gonna play,
Yeah.
and they might play more than that too. So it's all.
We have about the same
Thank you, Eric.
3 to 4 groups that are out there every day where the weather isn't going against them. So no, there would definitely be quite a few of the tennis memberships, and I see the same, especially once we get into the warmer weather for pickleball. I see the same going for pickleball. People wanting to reserve courts and be out there. And we've had, I would say, there's been more clay court usage, basically because it's something that this area doesn't have a lot of. But I mean, if we were charging for pickleball, then people would be out there paying for pickleball as well. So.
And we didn't want to, I mean, as with everything else we've been talking about, we didn't want to price out the people at all. Like, this is not, I mean, if you compare it to the others, it's not unfair. It's even cheaper than most of them. But it still works out for, I think, both parties.
What do you think?
I guess my question is, and I don't know if you guys know the answer to this, just logistically, can we move this to the council without having a final say on this number for the charge for extra people?
Do y'all want to just,
Or,
just as you being that family, are you, I mean, is 50 putting a lot of constraints on them, or is I mean, where do you?
I would say 25.
I would say, yeah, I would say about 25, would probably 25, 30 is probably.
Okay, I'm comfortable with that. I mean,
Do y'all feel like that's
Yeah.
okay?
Is that okay?
I mean, basically, it's $100 a kid, and then or $100 a person, and then for an extra, I mean, I think 25 is a good.
That way it
cool
gives you a
amount.
discount.
Yeah.
to
Gives you a
get that.
discount.
that's right.
Maybe it makes people
Otherwise,
want to-
I'd have to buy 2 memberships.
Exactly.
Right? And then I'd be
Exactly.
at $800.
Yeah.
Well, we don't play tennis yet, so I don't have to worry about it. You know, there are families that have more than 4, and I'm mindful of that. So, you guys want to, what do you want to say? You guys want
What's
25,
Thomas
30?
think?
Include board too, that's gonna be
So,
Right there, yeah, I think
right
25 is fine.
25, you guys, yes?
I was gonna suggest too, this is just rattling in my brain, and you would know, because it fits your family situation. I mean, because the main thing on this right now, I think that they're talking about is like the clay tennis courts. Most of the time, you're only gonna use 1 court, so even if y'all had 6 people in your family show up, you're only gonna be using
1 court.
1
Good
court. So it
point.
might be something you have
Switching in
to,
and out.
yeah, think about something like that too.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. So 25, I think.
Okay,
I think
everybody's
that's-
happy with 25? And we're gonna just write that in then, right? So we can get this,
And we can update it, and if you want me to send it back out, I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah.
I'll update this.
25 for each additional child,
Numbers.
household, like.
or just household in general is what you're.
Yeah.
I
So I
mean,
was,
however you're ordering it.
I was gonna ask, I was actually gonna ask Aaron, how do you determine if they're in the household or within family?
Yeah, honor system.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
And so
like do a
basically-
background check.
Right.
Yeah.
Background check. See the birth certificate.
Yeah.
So I guess what you would do at that point is you would say, all right, list the people that are in your household that would be on this spectrum.
That's what we do.
And that's how you do that.
Yes.
18 and under, correct?
Huh?
18 and under.
18 and under,
Well,
or,
I mean, I would,
Have a
I mean, you could have
mother or
a,
something
Oh, yeah.
living with
If
you.
in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so just individual,
correct.
I'll just say it's.
without.
Yeah.
that's right.
Individuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
26-year-old.
I wonder- I mean, because with a family, that we have had families that don't live together, but they all play tennis together, and it's father, son, mother, and all them. I mean, I think I don't know. I feel like household could.
Yeah.
Well, I guess at that point, you don't say household, you just say,
Say family.
these are the people that I'm listing in my family.
Yes.
That, and it's, what, 4 people plus $25 for whatever else.
It goes to a lot of the stuff that we've done research on.
You don't like that,
I think we might come into,
like.
this is me, but I'm gonna bring my uncle into my family who, I've had, 4 people playing is 4 people playing.
What about the word immediate
But-
family?
Yeah, well, like my son who doesn't live with me, he's, I wouldn't consider him, I would consider him buying him a membership.
Okay,
And so that,
so it's gotta go.
yeah,
back
I
to
think,
household.
I think household makes, that.
Which usually, if you're not in the household, then you have your own.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but you have your own family.
That's right. My son has his own gym membership. He doesn't,
Right.
I don't have a family anymore.
And
So,
if you use the word immediate family, you can't have aunts, you
That's
can't
good.
have uncles. You've got to have either, children or mother, father. It's got to be
good,
that.
makes sense. Immediate
I don't think you
household.
would get anybody other than a mother or father that live with you. I mean,
Immediate household, yeah, I think that's great.
But do you want a 28-year-old that lives in your household?
well, I mean, if they're living
That's
with you and
what
you're
they're-
supporting them.
Well, to me, that goes to individual.
Right.
He bases
Well,
on
maybe
that.
there's an age, maybe there's a
That like
cutoff.
the 18
Yeah.
and under, like
The
The 18 and under?
Yeah.
Okay.
And isn't that what we do, Eric?
Yeah, well, ours at the golf course is actually 17 and under, because 18 is when the price changes from junior to adult, so that's when you would
Right,
get
that's
that.
right here,
Okay.
it says right here, 18.
So,
So
17
family
and
is considering a mother and a father, and then 18 and under after that.
Or up to 18.
Up to
Up to
18.
18. Yeah.
or you want to say 17?
I say stay consistent.
Yeah, so like I said, 17's what we do at the golf course because we have junior and regular race.
I think whatever they're doing at the golf course is what we need to continue.
Okay.
I think so too.
Say
Because
17.
you're gonna have people here, you're gonna have people here.
Then I'll be
Doing
confused.
This and that, and I think.
Yeah, that-
That's good. Thank you,
Show
Eric.
consistency.
Yeah, 17 under spouse and up to 2 children living in the same household, so the way we have it worded.
I just say we word it just like that then. I think that
Immediate
would be-
family 17 and under?
What did you say?
Or household?
Spouse and 2 children living in the same
You got that?
household.
You got that.
Or up to 2
Let's
children.
restate that for Sydney to make sure she can give that the
Thank you.
minutes that we will
18
be.
and under.
No.
She's got 10 renditions right there.
Eric.
17 and under.
This is an additional family of 4. 17 under is $25 apiece, correct?
Eric,
No, no,
state it.
Okay,
We,
so the family pass would
Is
be.
4.
4.
17 and
Yeah.
under is gonna be 25 additional dollars. So that,
No,
No,
your
no.
your fifth kid.
Fifth
Or you're
kid.
the fifth person.
yes, that's what I'm talking, yes.
Yes.
Each
So
additional.
that takes out any like mother, father, that lives, grandparent.
what was the?
Can I ask this, do you have the wording in yours?
Yeah, that's the way ours is.
What is the
I think
wording?
That's what we should go
It's,
by.
a family pass
Should be worded
includes
the
a
same.
spouse and up to 2 children, 17 and under, living in the same household.
Let him send that to you, Sydney. You
Yeah.
can mirror that.
Yeah,
I'll give it to him.
That's great. Good idea. Let's keep it consistent, uniform. That's great.
And I'll get them to update this
Yeah.
and send that to you also.
Is there any more questions on memberships?
After we get
I'm
everybody
just
around.
typing SY.
And it comes up, okay, good, okay.
Thank y'all. Great. Thanks for the input. That's
Yeah.
what we want to hear. Thank you.
Make sure the dues.
Anything else? I'll move on to group rates.
Okay. Whew. Moving on.
So within our group rates, the only active groups that we have are USTA and a grandfathered group. USTA, the way their pricing structure works is they have 4 seasons throughout the year, and they pay $5 a person. So the team captain of the season is responsible for writing us a check for $5 per person. That gets them 6 courts, up to 6 courts, 3 of which can be clay, and that's 5 days a week.
That's cheap.
It's actually gone up since,
Yes.
it was previously $2 a person last year,
Yes.
and we thought a $3 increase is not too much to ask for.
And also, I mean, that $5 a person, they can have a big season. They can have a bunch of players too as well. I mean, if they have 100 players in a season, that's $500 that we're getting 4 times a year. But I can't hold that number to anything. But any questions about USTA? Moving on to the grandfather group. Basically, this was somebody that they have been on our tennis courts for years. The previous, I guess, team or captain or leader of this group had passed away, and the new guy that's in control of his name is Tim Ross. So he's already been charged. He was charged last September. A rate that was lower than what we're going with now is $120 a year, and he is able to come 2 days a week and can have 4 courts a day.
So this was Troy. Troy used to, kind of was over
Yeah,
there.
they're 8 in the morning.
Yeah, they're
They're
early in the
they're not-
morning.
they're not losing
usually
any time.
a Friday, Saturday, and then they're out of there. And any other day that they come, Tim is always willing to pay outside of his 2 days. So we haven't had trouble with him. It's one of those where he's easy with us, we're easy with him. So we kind of, I mean, we have went up on that rate last year. I'm not sure what exactly he paid, but this will be the payment that he makes
So this
year.
is for, how many people?
He has about 15 in his group. Not all of them come play every day. It's just kind of he sends a text out and they opt in or opt out, yeah.
And this is the only group that's staying grandfathered, yes?
Yes, correct.
And they just pay the 120 fee, there's no per person.
Moving on to tournament pricing. So for tournament pricing, we have a daily tournament fee, which we consider 14 hours is $1,000 for 14 courts. That is for pickleball. Pickleball has 20 courts. We like to leave 6 courts open for the general public to come in and play, even if the tournament is coming. We are Parks and Rec, and we want to make sure we have a public court for somebody to jump in on. So we allow 14 courts for $1,000, and then it kind of goes into $100 increments for every 2 courts, so $50 a court after that, or below that. So 10 courts, $800. The way that we went into pricing on that was basically that $1,000 will pay for my payment for 14 hours, his payment for 14 hours, and then on to I think it's 2 part-time workers is what we decided. Basically, our help to run that tournament. So that's kind of how we came up with that number. We didn't just pull it out of a hat. We did a little bit of research into how much our salaries are and how much our part-timers would be, and to see how much we would come out on top. We're not getting much, which again, it's kind of like the golf course. We want to meet. We're able to be zero after people have paid these fees, and then when we make money afterwards in our pro shop and all that stuff, that's how we want to run this operation. So, is there any questions on the tournament fees? And it's the same situation for half day, with it being 7 hours, and then for 14 courses, it's $500. And then high school, we have the $150 tournament fee. That is for county schools, and the city of like Florence High School, since they are considered within city, they do not pay the $150 fee.
Florence City Schools, 0, the 150, how many courts do they get?
They've used as much as 12. This isn't new, actually. This has been what they were charged in the past, but they usually use about 12. But with them being, juniors, the youth, and local schools, it's just.
Randy sent something out last year, and then he did it again this year. Don't have it on me, but we did not originally charge anything for just the county, for them to use the facilities, even with the tournament. But I mean, Leo attests, nets, caddies that go on. I mean, everything is really, really gone up. And so we started charging, and so Randy sent a letter this year and last year, and this was part of what he included in that letter. And, it's just, I think everybody understands $150 for a season is a pretty good deal to get.
What was your feedback from that?
Not bad. I mean, we kind of thought it would, but I think people think, I mean, if you look at it, $150 and that's where you're hosting your tournaments, and that tournament is not like their meet, I don't know what to call them, they're individual, like they're playing, Lauderdale County is playing Central. That's not a tournament. This is like if they want to have a tournament to raise money for their team. Is that right?
Yeah, so, it's the
Go ahead.
tournament fee would be like if Wilson Warriors wanted to have a Wilson Warrior tournament, it would be $150, and if they want to have another one, it's, am I right? Each tournament is $150.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Each tournament that a school wants to have, a county school, will be $150 instead of paying $1,000.
And that's just to pay for, like you said, nets, everything but a maintenance worker. And I know I did it when I was a rec assistant.
Yes.
Walk out there and clean trash up after the matches. So
when they host a tournament, do they charge an entry fee for people coming?
they just fundraise for,
Or what their things they do?
But we're furnishing the worker, we're furnishing the garbage bags, we're furnishing the person to clean the bathroom.
Yeah.
So all of that
Spectators.
is on us, but we didn't want to, again, we're working with high schools, and so we didn't want to just completely, but we're got to recoup some of the costs that we're putting into it.
And we use these guys too for stuff.
And
So we reciprocate some back.
is there a charge if like you gave the example, like 2 schools just come to have A game,
Just
or
a
a
match,
match,
Your match, no ma'am. This is just like if
If they're just bringing
a team
more-
wants to raise money for their team, the tennis team.
They host the Wilson Invitational, they have 14 teams there.
Okay, yeah.
And they're playing a tournament. Of course, the teams that pay per player that that's how Wilson makes their money, is the teams that come play pay per player to play.
Right. And so there's no charge though to just have two schools coming down?
What we did is, that's what the letter that went out, and I'll get that to you. That's the letter. We used to not charge anything
Yeah.
for the county schools in Mars Hill to use the courts. Last year we started, and y'all remember what we're charging for years? Is it $100?
It's $250 for the season, which is
Okay,
the matches
thank
you're
you.
talking about.
Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
But each additional tournament is $150.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that, from my experience, the school feedback is they're happy to pay it because, I mean, it's not that
It's
much.
expected.
Yes,
Yeah.
and-
Well, they don't
It's
have a court.
expected. It is.
They're showing up to
It's
play, and
expected.
we're,
Yeah,
it's
A whole lot
it's
cheaper
really
than
fair.
building a court and maintaining a court.
yeah, right.
Thank you,
And it gives
Keith.
them an incentive to take care of it too, since they have to pay for it, so.
Thank you, Keith.
Any more questions on the pricing structure?
Any questions on that?
So we'll move on to our sponsorship agreement. This is basically just, I'll let Keith touch on it.
So this one should be a little quicker. And this is based off, I've done a little bit of research into mainly Opelika's facility. They've done super well in the past year. They just opened up. So we kind of tried to mirror them, be similar in our pricing. So we have three options basically. We have the single banner, which is either one banner at tennis or one banner at pickleball that a sponsor could buy. We have a 1-year option and a 3-year option in the terms. The 1-year option is $500 and a 3-year option is $250 discount. So it comes out to $1,250. And those are renewable at the end of the season or at the end of their term if they would like to. Same thing with the dual banners. This is our second option. So this would be a banner at tennis and pickleball. You do get a $250 discount if you were to buy both, as opposed to paying $1,000 for both. And then same thing, 3-year term. It reflects another discount of $250, and it comes out to a total of $2,000. And then our third is the awning banners. So hopefully y'all have seen it. If you haven't, you need to come out there. But the massive blue awning, we have some places where we can put larger banners up. So naturally, it's going to cost us more to make them. So we're charging a little bit more to make to the sponsor for that. The 1-year term is $1,000, and a 3-year term is $2,750.
And that was my question, is you are actually having the banners made?
We are having them made. That is actually on the next page, so I'll go to banner details there. So they provide us with their logo, meeting some, we'll talk with the person that's making the banner and figure out exactly how many pixels. I don't know. That's not my specialty. We'll figure out the quality requirements, but so the fence banners, which is the single and dual banners, they are 36 by 72 inches. Those cost us $77 to make. And then the bigger ones that we were talking about for the awning are 52 by 96 inches, and those cost us $142.
What do you mean by the awning? Where will those be hung?
So
If you're inside the pickleball facility and you're standing on a court and you look up around the skirt that's around the outside,
okay.
the top where the sheet metal is.
Yeah.
There's spaces out there that you can fit banners in, so that's where we're going to hang those. Those are going to be, I guess, our top sponsors. Or even, we might go into negotiation with if somebody wants to have like a title sponsor and have a big banner and pay a lot of money, then they're more than welcome to do that. But yeah, it'll be in the awning.
So Opelika has one, and theirs is on the kind of the arch. How much? $100,000. $100,000 they paid to put their. So I had people already reaching out to me well before we got open I want to, I want to
You want,
sponsor.
you want.
Yes, so this is gonna be great. We got already people that want to, but yeah, they, $100,000, I don't know how long that is, but
It's a
yeah.
10-year deal.
10 year.
Yeah, okay.
So
you
these
have
are
a-
1 and 3 years?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
I do have a question about how they're gonna look, because I've seen it done two different ways as I've gone through all the sporting events I've gone to. I've seen them where everything is uniform in color, like everybody has a black background banner with white logo and all that. I've seen it where, you know, the company or the sponsor gets to choose whatever colors they have, and so everything's kind of like different colors. What are your thoughts? What's that gonna look like?
Originally, well, what we had, before we decided on the banner placement, because with it being a racket sports facility, they like a plain backdrop.
Right.
So the way we're placing the banners are going to be going with the play, not against the play. So they're hitting this way, the banner's going to be right here.
Right.
So I think we are going to do, I would imagine we would just do their colors, whatever, since it's not going to be in the way of play. And it's not going to be, I guess, something visually that's going to affect them. I was just going to say they can do their colors. If they're State Farm and want to have red on it, then they can have red. Originally, if it was going to be going against play, then I was going to say black and white with a white silhouette.
So are we gonna have white backgrounds and black backgrounds, or maybe blue backgrounds, or are we gonna have all the white backgrounds with the different?
I would, I don't know, and y'all can tell me I'm wrong, but this is one of the things, because I have seen them where you have one size, another in there.
Yeah.
No, I really would like to be uniform as we can.
Yeah.
And I mean, white to me makes the most sense. So everybody white, everybody the same, but have their own, if they want to put color on it, that's fine, but
Yeah.
have a white background, same size.
Yeah.
So
I guess I was kind of misunderstood on the question, but yes. So all banners will probably be white, and then they'll just have, and they're all going to be the same size, unless they're going into the awning. Then they will all be, all the ones in the awning will be the same size, but they'll be different from the ones on the fence. But then they'll just have all the same size logo right in the middle. It won't be logos bigger than the other. So which we're working with Athens State, I believe, is who we're going to go through to make these banners. But yeah, we'll make sure.
Why happens to?
I think it's usually the ones. It's who. I think
The sportsplex.
The sportsplex is always
College.
used, so
College.
that's the one that we
College.
They do.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they do a great job for us, and it's very,
Our university here doesn't do
that's what Randy looked around. I don't think they do that, so that's why we get them to do it.
3 or 4 hours. You'll call it in the morning, he'll call it noon and say your stuff's ready. Yeah, it's good.
But I definitely am in favor of, that's, it needs to be uniform.
Yes, I agree too.
The logo-
So I wanted to have that
Yeah.
clarified.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, it needs to look good.
Yes.
Oh,
and
yeah, it's gonna look, if it's got any control, if I have any control over it,
You have all
whenever
control.
I'm putting
You do.
something up, yeah, exactly. And I'm saying like in general, if I have control over something, I wanna make sure that all the zip ties are on the exact same level. They're not crooked. They're not bent up.
Yeah.
They're clean.
It
Trust me.
looks really good.
So we'll make sure of that.
And I think that's why we want to control the buying. Let them, they tell us what they want, and we'll take care of how it look, putting it out. So, yeah, thank you.
Good, thank you.
I believe that's all I've got. I mean, we have the liability information in there, which we may need to take before somebody, to check the verbiage and stuff of it, but
Yeah, we'll make sure we need to get
Oh,
that
yeah.
to the city attorney.
Okay, yeah, I will. Absolutely. Before it comes to y'all,
We
they'll
cannot
have,
miss that.
well, before it comes to y'all, I'll have to send it to him, so 100%, yeah.
Are there any questions, Mayor, anything?
No,
Comments?
before we wrap up, how many acres of parks do y'all have that you maintain? I'm seeing that
Yeah,
info in the back.
I'm on,
Do you still have more to go?
yeah, we're gonna,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's
All
why,
right.
We
I
need
let-
to
yeah.
vote on this,
Tw-
but anything on pickleball
Yeah, no,
or
no,
tennis, we need
thought we
to,
moved on.
before we do a motion?
What are we motioning?
On the motion of the
Process.
sponsorship, right?
Yeah.
We're not making any changes.
sponsorships and
I'm on,
Small price instruction.
on the tennis, we're gonna make the changes, you know, the household, that'll.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll make that change and get it to you when I know.
So can we vote on, can we do a motion on that right now?
Yeah, make a motion.
All right, motion to move this to full city council. Vote. I motion it, you second it? Yes? Okay.
I wanna thank every one of y'all for the due diligence y'all did. It's very, very impressive. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, for
Yes.
chiming in with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Come on up.
Thank y'all. I gotta
Thank you.
Come on, Mark. I know you don't want to, but you got to.
How are you?
How are you?
So Lee's gonna talk, you can start off with the, how many acres of parks you want to.
So we have about 1,200 acres of parks that we maintain about half of that. When I say by maintain, I'm talking about like cutting grass, trails. You know, we have quite a few miles of trails with the River Heritage Trail Edition, and Wildwood, Diver Park. So yeah, about half of that, about 600 acres.
I mean, we had a bunch of, it takes a bunch of equipment. I mean, you have any idea how many backpack blowers, weed eaters, and lawn mowers to run that?
I've got an inventory sheet.
We,
I could get it.
not with us, but yes, we can get
And you
that.
go through how many, I mean, it's, in the summer, it's 5 days a week, right?
Yeah, it is.
That you run those things?
I can get you numbers.
Yeah, I mean, about how many do
I
you
would
need to
guess
replace in a given year?
Backpack blowers, we probably lose average 10 a year.
10 a year?
Probably weed eaters, 15.
I want y'all to see that, because when the budget comes up and you look at, why in the world do we need 15 weed eaters and 10 backpack blowers, or I don't know how many lawn mowers you guys have. I mean, it's 1,200 acres of parks. It's not like like we would do, where we do it once a week on Saturday. Y'all are running these things
Oh, yeah.
5 days a week at least, if not more often than that, you know, in 30 years. For context, if anybody wondered why we have so many of that stuff in there, it's because y'all run them all.
If you look at the, I don't know what page it is, but it's got the crew leaders, Park and Rec Parks Division, it's toward the back, page 5. Parks Division maintains well over 1,200 acres within the city. We're proud to be able to offer such green space. Other interesting fun facts include the following maintenance: 106 public restrooms, 24 playgrounds, 50 buildings or structures, 7 irrigation systems, 60 RV campsites, 22 tent sites, 2 fountains, 12 shelters and pavilions, 39 tennis courts, 20 pickleball courts, 5 miles of sidewalks, and approximately 550 trash cans daily, and athletic fields.
How many part-time employees you hired for?
Probably 50.
My number has come down tremendously since I took over this position.
We hire just in parks, about 12 to 15.
Yeah, that's what.
12 or 15? Okay.
Just in parks.
And then you do concession work and all
Concession,
that.
correct. I'm sorry, yeah, just for parks.
It's a big operation.
And yet, we're not gonna go over all this, that's why I made this copy for y'all can, but it goes into each individual park, how many acres are on the park, a little bit about each one of them. Athletic fields, kind of the local partnerships, just even got that in there, so, some numbers from 2024, so, I didn't want Lee to really go over all that, I just wanted to put that in there for y'all's reading later on. Any questions from there? You wanna go here?
Sure.
I guess this is kind of the projects.
Do you want to hand those out?
Yeah,
Do you want me to go over this, right?
yeah, you can just kind of touch on, that's just kind of the projects, just kind of an update on what.
Yeah, some of the things that we've done over the past few years, yeah, this is toward the back there, page 19. Wildwood Park, we've restored it, added some trails for all levels of skill. Our Shoals Mountain Bike Club, they work, we have an MOU with them, and they do a phenomenal job upkeeping those trails. We do very little on the mountain bike side. They pretty much do, they keep that up themselves on that side. Now, the side that's paved, we do some tree work and some minor spraying and stuff like that on that side. But, and then we cleaned up the old police department shooting range that was at the top of the hill there and installed overflow parking. That's used some during our peak season at Wildwood. If you've ever been to Wildwood, I don't know if any of y'all kayak, but I'm not a big canoe or kayaker, but if you've ever been to Wildwood during our peak season, it is a sight to see. I mean, there are a ton of people down there. A lot of people do kayak. That community, it's well used. Let's put it that way. And then at McFarland Park, obviously, there's two projects that are in progress, which is the pier project, the campground remodel. Those are going to be a great asset to our city and our park.
Let me give you I was sharing this to say for this, so I got a email today that we're getting on the pier project, that the contractor is gonna have a $125,000 reduction in the material he used, so that'll come back to the city, $125,000.
That offset that change order.
Absolutely.
That'd be great.
And that's an additional to the 60, almost 70 that we didn't use, so that's almost $200,000 it'll come back to us for that.
If you haven't had an opportunity to go down to see the pier, it's practically done. I think he's just doing some touch-up work, and it looks great.
I've seen it from the top up there.
It's going to be well used. Yeah. And we also updated the harbor playground over there, which we call Star Play. It's an inclusive playground. It really makes it hard to do maintenance over there just because it's used pretty much from the time the sun up till the park's closed, which that's a great asset too. We've cleaned up several areas that were had some old dilapidated buildings. The old driving range office was there, Robbins Field baseball field, the bathrooms, and the press box. Both of those had gotten in so bad a shape that there was just really no other option but to tear them down. We created we created an all-purpose trail around the park. We did that with tourism. Tourism purchased some signs that we put up. How long is that trail? It's over a mile, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a mile and a half almost.
One of the things that the cruise ship that comes, what's the name of the cruise line?
American Cruise.
Yeah, when American Cruise comes in, they offer that as a e-bike tour, and that was well received. There was a lot of those that took place last year. So, and we also collaborated with Wildlife and Fisheries to replace the two fishing boat ramps down there, and we completed the McFarland Master Plan Blueprint. So, Veterans Park, of course, Keaton and Holden have been talking about the new addition to the tennis pickleball complex. We cleaned up some old areas there too to try to pretty up that. The old baseball press box and bathrooms were in bad shape, and then the campground bathhouse, a tree centered it, so it had to be torn out. And we installed a new decorative entrance gate out front, and then we updated, along with the tennis pickleball, we got to update part of our park sewer and added a lift station for half the park. So it's been a tremendous help too.
That was a major project.
Yeah.
Very, very extensive and intensive project. So that was an upgrade to the structure of the whole park, infrastructure. You want to talk about the playground when you talk about River Heritage?
Yeah, if you want to pass that out. Yeah, the River Heritage, we opened last year the phase 3 of the trailhead that connects from River Heritage to the Overlook, 1.3 miles. If you haven't had an opportunity to go down and check that out, I would urge you to do that. It's well used. That park gets a lot of foot traffic, which leads me into talking about the proposed playground that we've been working on for about a year and a half. It would be a little bit bigger footprint than the current playground. The current playground is in bad shape. It is the original playground that dates back to when the park first opened, 2008.
About the third page back, there's some of everything, like the age, when it was built, the manufacturers. It's got it further down to both Divert and River Heritage.
I don't know if you've been to that park when our fountain is running, but that playground is covered up. I mean, I have two small kids, and they are from playground to fountain, just back and forth. So this playground is in a desperate need of attention. If you don't think, if you don't believe me, just go out there and take a look at it. The surface is it's in bad shape. So we have been working on this proposed playground for about a year and a half. It would be a great addition for sure.
Could you send me these pictures so I can blow them up?
Absolutely, and we're working with the Renaissance to partner with us on this because it's so close to theirs and they're very receptive to that. So we would kind of partner with them and we wanted to do kind of a music theme or, you know, something. So he created this for us, and that's why it's got that guitar right in the middle. It's really a cool structure. So we're working with them to partner with us on this to, you know, help offset some of the cost.
And I did skip over, yeah, we did build a new maintenance shop for the trail. That was a huge addition because the space that we have had for maintenance at River Heritage is currently underneath. It's where all our pumps are for the fountain. If you ever want to see that, let me know. I'll take you down there, especially during the peak season when it's all going. It's really loud down there. But that was not a place. I mean, you got to think there's chlorine, there's chemicals down there. It's wet, it's moisture. So muriatic acid. So keeping equipment down there, it rusts really fast. I mean, you could set a screwdriver down there in about 6 months, it's going to be rusted over. So just imagine keeping lawnmowers and stuff like that down there. It's not good for them at all. So this new maintenance shop was a huge addition for that as well. And then Dibert Park, we started the playground project for Dibert about 3 years ago, I believe, which would be what we call a destination playground for our area. There would be people that would be traveling in just to come to this playground into our city. But you can see some pictures there. We have a file of that too, if you won't be able to send it to you.
I'm gonna send all this to you in PDF and in a file, so I'll send it all to you.
The barn structure on that page there at the bottom right, we actually have currently sitting down at our maintenance facility. We got a grant.
$250,000.
Yeah, we got a $250,000 grant last year, and we went ahead and purchased that barn structure. So we currently have it sitting down on pallets, sitting down at our maintenance shop. So
I'll talk a little bit about this. So some community members approached me that have special needs kids about how their child could not play at Dibert because of some of the limitations. And I really just kind of said, okay, where do we want to go with it? And they took it and ran. And before we knew, we had probably 15, 20 community members that were all collaborating. And so we're actually meeting with UNA, some UNA students and a couple of their professors about, kind of helping us with this. And this is really all community driven, every bit of it. We got $50,000 grant from the TID board. They gave us $50,000 to go to this. So this will be a truly destination at Dibert Park. And it's a really neat design with the weather utilizing the slopes. We've got some other people that want to help with the kind of the demo, and willing to help with that. So it's being community driven. You can't meet all the time, but this is something that they really, really want. And so I believe in this project, and the Dibert Foundation is well aware of it. So we're moving along, and I'm glad we're meeting with UNA to kind of springboard us to get.
Say again what Dibert's willing to help with?
Well, the Dibert Foundation they haven't given me like a number, but anything that happens really in Dibert, something really this magnitude, the pier replacement, I always let them know because they're over that particular park. And so they're aware of this, and they were very much, yes. Possibly, well, we really needed to get somewhere to be able to ask that, show some progress. The $250,000 was huge, the $50,000. So now we've kind of got some leverage to say, hey, we're really moving forward with this, to be able to kind of say, hey, what would you be willing to give?
Will the city be paying for some of this?
No, I mean, it's a community project, and that's where we're treating it. We're trying to raise the funds, the community's trying, and I'm just kind of helping them move it along and just reach out when I can, but we want it to be community driven. That was the goal, starting off with it.
Nate, I don't want to be critical.
No.
But I'm looking at this both of these, and there's something that and that's why I thought maybe if I could see it and blow it
Yeah,
up a
sure.
little bit, but on this one at River Heritage, if you look at Dybert Park, you have this little area that looks like it's more for younger kids.
Sure.
And I'm looking at this other one at River Heritage, and I'm trying to find out where like the little kids would play.
Well, I
Because
tell-
some of this looks like it's more for bigger kids.
I think this area.
Yeah,
here was-
I will tell you what I'm gonna do is I'll get Jonas Bailey, who kind of did this for us, and he does fly-throughs, and he can really nail it down for us, and I'll get him to do a little presentation for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that we looked at, this bigger structure here is for bigger kids, but there is things for the smaller kids to do.
Because I know the train is a big
Sure.
plus for the little.
That's great feedback, and Jonas is very open to, to working, and just kind of like he did with this one here. This was I think a design in Birmingham and he just kind of tweaked it a little bit, these little towers, so yes, I'll certainly get Jonas to
My
do
kids
that.
have spent a lot of time with this park.
Yes,
And too, and I just want to make sure that there's enough
Absolutely.
for the little kids to play on, where they're not trying to play on the things over here with the kids are playing rougher.
I don't think this picture really does the whole thing justice,
Justice.
because you can't point out the different
Will there
areas.
be swings?
I'm sure there's
There's
swings in
one
there
med
somewhere.
swing right
I'm
there,
sure there
but-
is. But I'll get Jonas and I may even be able to email it to you if I can get him to send it to us. I know there's a fly-through at the Dybert, so I'll.
There's one of them too.
Okay, I can send y'all that.
Okay, sounds good.
You wanna talk about the piers at Dybert a little
That's,
bit?
yeah, something else at Dybert that's actually not on this list that needs updated, that their original 2000s when Dybert opened up is the piers and gazebos. They're in desperate need of just redoing. I mean, the boards are getting bad. We've done some touch-up work on those, but we've gotten some quotes on getting that done, and it's getting to where it's a safety issue.
It is.
So it's definitely on our radar. It's been on our radar for years, but it's getting worse for sure.
My District 6 people use that park,
Yep.
and I've had several since coming into office that have brought that to my attention.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'm all on board with that.
I'm working with our foundation, and they've got a plan, and they're looking to maybe partner with somebody else to pay for half of it, and then ask another person to pay, another foundation to pay.
What if, this is me just bringing it up, what if somebody did donate some materials? Could we put a plaque, does that work like that?
100%.
Okay,
Dybert Foundation would be
100%.
okay to put flags out there?
Yeah, we do it on benches.
okay.
Absolutely. If people want to pay for, I mean, if people want to pay for something,
Do you mind if I put that out there and ask?
I mean, I think we would probably have to look at, we wouldn't want a plaque on every single
No.
thing, but maybe come up with an amount.
Right.
But sure, but I really am encouraged about the foundation taking this project. They were really open to it and taking it and trying to match some monies. I'm really encouraged, and they're meeting here in the next couple of weeks, so I think that might work out. And I hadn't told y'all, there's in the gazebo, in the rafters.
There's a garbage can. I went down there, I went down there yesterday, and I was taking a close
Just
look
the
at it,
lid?
and see there's a garbage can with
The lid?
A whole garbage
A
can.
whole garbage can. Did you go see it?
No, I didn't. I haven't been back down there. I hadn't
I
told
should
them.
have taken a picture of that.
Creative, yeah. At least I didn't destroy anything.
No, the garbage can looks like it's still gonna be usable when it comes down.
So I'm saying
I don't
that's
know how
something
you're
you're gonna
doing
bring back to us regarding,
Yes, right.
once you do that.
The piers, yes, sir. I'm, it's money, so I really want to, and they've given us a price for material and a price for labor. So if we can get one organization to pay for the labor, and so that's what I'm working on, is we're just trying to get the money there.
I'll see what I can do to get the
Be great.
materials donated.
Be great.
I may need-
Anything.
Yeah, I may need specifics.
I will, sure. And they can contact me, and
Yeah.
we can talk through it, absolutely.
So it's okay to move forward with that? Let's,
Well, I mean, you mean to do it?
you know, like what we're doing.
Well, the mayor and I have been talking, and I think it's best, let's see how, and we even talked about it yesterday. Let's see how the foundation, and it may take care of itself, and may have the funds there. There's operation funds, but I would really, I'm encouraged about this. I think it's gonna work out.
Good.
I do. And the foundation is on there, the last, and we won't talk about it much, but they've got $88,000 that they've already, in what, 2 years, that we've gotten to be able to now use for Park and Rec, and that they've been phenomenal at really just being passionate about showing up for things. And without that foundation, we wouldn't, because people can donate money and then offset it with their taxes. So they've been phenomenal, great resource for funds, great resource for Amy. We can apply through grants with them so that we couldn't ever, through us. So I want to brag on that. We wouldn't have a lot of this. So Nadine, I'll finish up if you want to. Sure. Sorry.
No, the club disc golf course, we've got a few years ago, we created a top disc golf course in Alabama, 18 holes. If you've not been out there, I just urge you to go out there too. It's really nice. It's used a lot. They hold two really big tournaments, one in the spring, one in the fall there, that they bring people from all over. I don't have the numbers of that.
Brandon, I talked to him this morning. He's going to send me some numbers of how much is
Can they
used.
rent 162 rooms? There's
162
30
rooms.
beds
Yeah.
this time.
So he's going to
That's awesome.
he's going to send me the numbers on it of the rounds. And
That's great.
it's one of the top 2 or 3, and so it's very much well played.
Rated
I
as a
would-
pro course.
I would say I used to play disc golf, and I would say it's probably the most advanced course in North Alabama. I mean, it's something special that first time I went out there, it's kind of jaw dropping. So.
It's a tough course.
It's
a very
intimidating.
tough course.
It's
one of
hilly.
the harder.
It is.
It's something that could definitely bring like professional disc golf tour, like PDGT. So,
That's what their goal is. They're
Yeah, I've
moving
been
on.
out there and it's nice.
Their goal was tier 1 or tier A, but they've already gotten, and it's all about the amount of money that they give, and they're working on raising that every time. But that's a great number. How many beds?
I think it's 162.
Great.
Replace our AI help you track all that?
I think so.
When the time, good. That's what it's for.
It's exactly what it's for. It also helps you get money.
That's right. That's what we.
And then I'll just breeze over we have 4 neighborhood parks in our park system: Gilbert, Stovall, Pocket, and Edgemont. We've done a few things to a few of these parks over the past few years. The pergola at Pocket it was about to fall down. We replaced it. And then the playground at Gilbert is fairly new. We did it 3 or 4 years ago. And then Cox Creek Park, a few years ago, we resurfaced all the skating structures and moved some equipment around to better suit their needs. But those are some of the projects that we have done over the past few years, and we talked about a few of the things that we would like to see in the upcoming. Yeah, and Martin Park. Yeah, I didn't even touch on Martin. Added the fitness court, which is used. According to them, it's used a ton. According to that, they actually have their own app that you can, track it. We removed some old unsafe playgrounds, some trees, a bunch of trees were taken out of that park so we can try to get some grass to grow on some of those hills. And we replaced the entrance fence, the back fence on Sonona, and then the bridge boards and fencing on it. So if you get an opportunity to go by there and look at that, that's spruce that park up some too. And then Wilson Park, the fountain up there is old as Methuselah, and we try to do the best we can with it. We've replaced nozzles, painted it, done the motor. It's a daily chore, but yeah, we try to do the best we can with that fountain. And then we have started the master plan process with talking about redoing some electrical and some other things as well. And then Park Patrol has been a huge asset to our department and to the city as a whole. I'm a firm believer in that. It says that whose mission is dedicated to preserve the natural beauty of our parks while ensuring every visitor enjoys a welcoming and secure environment. They're great ambassadors for our department. They're always in our centers and working events in our parks. So they're great to keep the mischief down. They're great as, like I said, ambassadors to talk to people. Good information tools.
We got
resources.
I was telling you about the spin out, the mud ride, and it went far away. Found out who it was, and so they did a little research and found out who they are.
Good.
You want to get them to go out there and fix that grass?
Give him a shovel.
Bill, can I add one thing?
Sure.
I just want it to
Please.
be on y'all's radar. This is
Please.
it's not in the plan, but something.
Please.
Without going into details, about old fairgrounds and
Yes.
how the utilization is changing. As recent as a meeting at 10:30 this morning, there's still an interest in some playground equipment for the kids in that neighborhood. Could we look at those soccer fields? There's a bathroom there, long range. Is there, I mean, and there's parking. Can we look at possibly playground equipment that originally we had talked about going down at the old fairgrounds? This limited space.
Sure.
Usage is changing. There's a ton of area right there at the soccer fields.
On,
Right
North
off of
Lawrence?
Martin, yeah,
Sure.
it's at Pine, Chisholm, and Martin,
Yes,
in that
sir.
area. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, since you got bathrooms there already and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
That may be something we just add
Okay.
to our radar of, instead of it going down there where there's other usages, where there's a lot of space here we can do a lot of stuff with.
I think that makes more sense.
So we're not looking at where.
There's some challenges there that we can, you know, but this gives kids in that neighborhood access to a park that they can walk to, you know,
Sure.
or ride their bike to. And I mean, I think ideally you want parks that kids in the neighborhood can,
Yes, sir.
you know, can get to. And there's tons of parking there. People want to come out, there's a bathroom there already, lots of space. So
Sure.
that'd be something we can talk
Yes,
about
sir.
down the road. I just want to put a bug in your ears so we can
Sure.
think of that.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna, that other space is just limited, and there's other uses that are going on, and this is kind of it can be a designated park area, and it may be a place, we can talk about it, but it's
I'd like to see a park in District 5.
in District 5, yeah. Which
We
is,
just really don't have, Forest Hills has the one small one.
you have to drive to get to
Yeah,
that from
yeah.
District 5. I mean, this is something, again, they ride their bikes to or
Yeah.
whatever, so I don't, that part of District 5, I don't know.
Yeah.
We can certainly, I mean, we can look and see, I don't know, can't think off the top of my head what, man, I don't know. If we could do something with Stovall or something, I don't know.
He could use some special needs, I will tell you that. I've had those comments. If there's something that can be put there for, I've actually had 2 people ask me in that community, especially in Forest Hills.
I think just the soccer field's a good
I mean, it's
local,
empty.
yeah.
It's-
And it's also central,
Slate,
got it,
right.
yeah. Absolutely.
Since we're talking about other parks, I know that something I heard a lot about through my campaign was a dog park, more so than what the little one that we have over in that area. Is there any thought or discussion that's been taking place in the past about where to put a dog park if we were to do that down the road sometime?
So, on the master plan in McFarland, that's part of, is putting in a dog park there. We've been to Auburn and I've seen them in other places. They're great for, I love my dogs. They're like people to me. But when you start talking about dog parks, number one is liability because you got dogs. The one in Auburn separates the maintenance of keeping it up. It's costly.
They're
So
maintenance nightmares.
So-
They are. I mean, just to be
Um,
honest.
And then the upkeep, basically, the ones I've talked to, if you put grass, you replace the grass every year. You could put turf. But there's just a lot of things, scooping, that people say they'll clean up after themselves, but, so, the master plan in McFarland, I think McFarland is a good place. So, if we can continue on with that master plan, with that included, and I think when they sent the surveys out, that was one of the things that was on there. So I love dog parks. I think they're great. I just think you have to be really, really careful about where you put them and just understand the cost. And once you build it, there's gonna be an expectation that it's maintained in a certain way. And you would almost have to dedicate somebody there, wouldn't you? Yeah, I think it's great. It's very much doable. It's just, just the cost.
I just wanted to ask because
Yes.
a lot of people ask.
100%.
Did you get a lot of people to asking you about dog parks?
Surprisingly, no.
That is very
I
surprising.
know. I don't know that I've ever heard anybody really say
Really, I had several people. You didn't either.
It's very successful at Auburn and that, but theirs is often some woods where they could, but these two right here, I always have these, man, this is a great idea. Well, Bill, how you gonna maintain that? So it's all about, and once you build something, that's for like that, it's forever.
Yeah.
Forever. And you gotta talk, replacing the fence every so often. So great idea, and I'm not opposed to it. Like I said, it's on the master plan, and I think McFarland is a really, really good place.
Okay.
Did that?
Yeah. It's just curious if there was anything.
We've talked about it probably every year, I guess.
Is there anything else?
I think that covered it. There's some stuff in there about all our facilities when they were built, HVAC units. We did a great job with that, and so that you can take that and kind of look through and see somehow when we replace an HVAC unit, how much it is, but how old they are, so.
Okay.
So these are your, what are they, officers?
That's the Park and Rec Foundation. There's some minutes in there talking about the grants, and I just wanted y'all to just kind of see what they do and, some of the minutes from their meetings. I just wanted y'all to see that.
All right, very good. Any other questions? Comments? No? All right,
I'd
well,
like to comment.
okay.
Thank you for your organization.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
This is
Absolutely.
very transparent, very good.
Absolutely.
Thank you all.
Very, yes.
I
Absolutely.
thought it was gonna be a little
All your-
overwhelming, but it was very,
Very.
very wonderful, everything we needed to know.
When Elisa said 2 hours,
She
she
meant
was
it.
right.
Well, it took me,
An hour and 51 minutes.
I was in my workout
Well,
clothes
that's
this
pretty
morning
good.
when everybody came in trying to get out, and then I was in my workout clothes getting it done. So I think I want y'all to have the information better,
Thank you.
kind of come back to it. And I'm happy to get you anything else. I'll do some updates on these and send you the playground stuff.
Yeah.
But anytime you need something,
Very good. All right,
Very
thank
welcome.
you, will you please just let everybody on your whole, all the people that we just appreciate everything that they do. I was at Divert at 7:30 in the morning yesterday, and they're out there picking up sticks and driving around and working on that place at 7:30 in the morning. So I just appreciate very much that we have parks that are welcoming, they're clean, you feel good when you go to them, you have great experiences, and it takes all of your people to do that, so thank you.
and I will say, the people that work under all these people, these guys are great at recognizing that. And that's kind of, I think as a team, we're all one, and nobody's more important, and we're all in it together. I truly believe that. Truly.
Thank you. Yeah.
So thank y'all.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
All right, well, at this time, is there anything else that we're supposed to do other than just
You are
say
good.
we're done?
Did great.
All right, we are gonna finish this meeting at 2:52. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you.